Saw dudes, Alex asked could you do a Stompees, Woven Mail, and the Manticore build? Sure thing bro, and here it is. This hunter build goes all in on damage resist and is surprisingly tanky for an aerial playstyle. I've nicknamed it the Apache Attack Helicopter build because of the hovering playstyle and because it's super fun. You'll have tons of maneuverability thanks to Grapple and Stompees, added survivability with Woven Mail, Stompees 30% damage resist, and Threaded Spectre. It takes float like a butterfly and sting like a bee to a whole new level. Let's get started. Gameloop first. When approaching an encounter, stay on the ground and charge up the Manticore's anti-grav repulsors. Once you get half of the bar filled, throw out a threaded spike and take aerial shots with the Manticore. Score an airborne kill with the gun to get a 50% damage resistance buff and continue looping grounded and aerial hits. When things get overwhelming, drop to the ground and dodge to create a Spectre. Detonate any tangles you see and use the grapple to kill adds or switch positions. Rinse and repeat. Silk Strike is mainly used as a major clearing or boss DPS tool. It doesn't come into play much since font mods are omitted from the build. Marksman's Dodge is useful for reloading the Manticore on the fly and because it has a lower cooldown, allowing for more Threaded Spectre spam. Threaded Spike will reduce the outgoing damage of enemies and add to our overall tankiness. Grapple is the best grenade choice. This build is all about air superiority and we won't get that with any other option. Grapple can serve as a repositioning option or a melee option. The aspects for today are Threaded Spectre and Whirling Maelstrom. Threaded Spectre makes our dodge spawn a Strand decoy which lures enemies to attack it. When an enemy kills it or gets too close, it explodes, dealing damage and spawning 2 threadlings. Whirling Maelstrom causes destroyed tangles to become unraveling Beyblades that seek targets for 12 seconds. They deal damage 10 times per second in a 2-meter radius, create unraveling threads on kill, and can be used as a grapple point for unlimited usage. The fragments for this build are Thread of Fury, Generation, Transmutation, and Warding. Fury grants melee energy for damaging enemies with a tangle. Generation grants grenade ability energy for each damage instance dealt. Transmutation causes us to create tangles on weapon kills while Woven Mail is active, and lastly, Warding grants Woven Mail upon picking up an orb of power. Let's cover the sweaty hunter armor. For the helmet, I used Void Siphon, Special Ammo Finder, and Special Ammo Scout. With the gauntlets, I slotted Heavy-Handed, Grenade Kickstart, and Focusing Strike. On the chestplate were Concussive Dampener and 2 variable resistance mods. On Stompees, I ran Recuperation, Innervation, and Insulation. Insulation can be swapped for Absolution if you want. Finally, on the cloak were Bomber, Reaper, and Powerful Attraction. Stat points should be allocated into Resilience, Mobility, and Discipline. Resilience will drive up our survivability, stacking on top of Stompees, the Manticore, Woven Mail, and our chosen resistance mods. Mobility decreases our dodge cooldown for more Spectres, which is nice to have aggro get off of us. Discipline will increase grapple uptime and let us cosplay as Miles Morales. If you liked the video so far, consider subbing. Also, watch or skip to the end for a funny meme. Alright y'all, we only have one weapon loadout to go over because my brain hurts. On a more serious note, there's only one combination that I found useful. Weapon loadout 1 uses Pardon Our Dust, the Manticore, and Regnant. Pardon Our Dust is purely used for crowd control and serves as our Hydra 70 rocket launcher. On top of our innately high damage resistance, this will make us nearly unkillable. You should be aiming to fire a shot into a crowd before every engagement and while you have a safe position. The role to shoot for is Quick Launch, Disorienting Grenades, Auto-Loading Holster, and Vorpal Weapon with a Velocity Masterwork. The Manticore is the weapon that will enable our aerial playstyle. Hits on the ground will charge our anti-grav repulsors. Hits while airborne allow us to hover and take horizontal movement while increasing our outgoing damage. With the Catalyst, kills while airborne will grant 50% damage resistance for 5 seconds, which will greatly increase the amount of damage we can take. This gun takes a bit to ramp up in damage, but that's okay since we have other abilities in our kit to compensate. Regnant will be your stand-in for the Hellfire missiles found on the Apache Attack Helicopter. It's perfect for firing down on enemies and doesn't hurt to use in ag clear or DPS situations. It's versatile enough to bring into nearly all content. The role I use is Quick Launch, Spike Grenades, Auto-Loading Holster, and Explosive Light with the Handling Masterwork. Alright guys, that is the PvE viable Stompees build. I know it won't be meta by any means, but who doesn't like being a crucible sweat in PvE activities? I would like to thank Alex for giving me the concept to work with since it instantly came to life. Let me know what you think, and as always, thank you for watching, and happy farming.
Obviously never been out on the field, have you?
What's that smell?
The fuck you say to me, you little shit?